Fubo.
Welcome in to the DNVR Avalanche pregame show brought to you by Fubo TV. You can check out your Avalanche live on Fubo TV right now. FuboTV.com/DNVR to get it for 15% off the first month. Avs taking on the Kraken in Game 3, the first ever playoff game in Seattle, at least, in 100 years or something. I don't know. The Metropolitan Millionaires games count that they had in 1928 or whatever it is.
Totes.
Were those even playoff games? I don't know, to be honest with you. 1-1 series, pretty pivotal game.
Oh, my God.
And nothing but terrible news for the Colorado Avalanche, as neither Val Nichushkin nor Darren Helm will be in the game tonight. A little bit of trickery, misdirection, perhaps, as we were all told Val Nichushkin was just maintenance this morning for morning skate, but will not be playing in this hockey
They were trying to rebuild him, and they had a problem.
Ran out of parts.
Yeah.
Something like that. So things are changing a little bit on the surface for Colorado, but you know what? This is not new territory for the Avalanche, is it? All year, they've dealt with this, gone out and done what they had to do. Expectations for tonight out of Colorado. Does it start with, the start? We've seen two pretty rough first periods from them. Got to be better tonight, right?
Certainly, and it's beyond just the start of first periods, but the start of periods. For 4 straight in the opening minutes, they just weren't hungry enough, and that's when Seattle capitalized on that mistake. The energy has to be high going into what's likely to be a hostile arena. They've been talking about it, too, the aim to quiet the home crowd in front of Seattle fans.
Yep.
You hope that's enough motivation to have an energized start, because it's important. You're right, though. The first period has been where a lot of mistakes get made, and it's been hard for them to come back from. So it's going to be really important out the puck drop.
Hockey's just so much easier when you don't put yourself in a hole in the first 3 minutes. You're looking at this lineup, and I don't want to discredit the Avs' top guys. Nathan MacKinnon, despite no points the other day, did have 2 critical face-off wins that led to Avalanche goals. So it's not like he's doing nothing, but between him and Rantanen, AJ, do you need more production out of your big guys?
Yeah.
Especially with Nichushkin out.
You're talking about 2 points from those guys.
Sure.
So, there's a lot more to give there in terms of production, and you expect those guys are so good.
Yeah.
They're just not going to keep them down forever. Even strength, power play, whatever it's going to be, those guys need to kind of drive that bus tonight.
How does this shake out in the top 6? I know the official announcement is Matt Nieto will be sitting on that second line now in Val Nichushkin's spot. What setting is the blender turned to tonight? Just a low blend, or are we full octane trying to blend like wood at this point?
I think we'll see players like Arturi Lehkonen taking shifts on the second line at points. Okay. I think it's to help with a little bit of balance that we're seeing Nieto is starting off there, but I do imagine a couple players are going to be taking double shifts, playing double duty.
Okay.
We saw last game also the Bednar snuck out Comfort McKinnon and Rantanen together in coming off like TV timeouts and stuff. I would say not. I would not be surprised to see that trio dip out there on the odd occasion as well. But I think the Matt Nieto thing is total placeholder.
Yeah.
Like, he starts the game there, and if it goes well, they'll stay. I think there'll be a lot of rotation, though, yeah. And I think Lehkonen is a great candidate to be a guy that kind of gets moved
double
around.
Shift, yeah.
The other guys I think you kind of look at and you try and figure out, are they going tonight? Alex Newhook, Dennis Malgin are the 2 obvious candidates to play kind of a skill.
Make an argument for Lars Eller, too, maybe, depending on the situation.
Yeah. I mean, I'm always going to be
Eller fanboy over here. Okay, yeah.
I'm always good giving Daddy Lars another shift.
Well, we just saw puck drop get set back 10 minutes at least.
They have to drop it now. It doesn't matter. That game will just continue on.
You think?
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see exactly what happens there. Anyway, Leafs Tampa just tied 3-3 with a minute to go in the game. Anyway, for Colorado, it's interesting, Megan. The Avs really have not gotten any production out of their bottom six? Is that sustainable? Can the Avs continue to rely on their defense to be that secondary scoring? Or does a Newhook, does a Cogliano need to step up and do that for them?
It feels really necessary because so much of what Seattle has done well is limit zone time for the Colorado Avalanche, and that limits opportunities then for scoring chances. So they need everybody to be throwing pucks to the net. Every line needs to be going because that's where Seattle has gotten its contributions. I think this is where, I don't want to say that the Avalanche underestimated Seattle, but I think this view that they're a first-time playoff team didn't take into account that they have many players who have experienced the depths of Stanley Cup playoffs before, have some cups to their name, and I think that showed because their depth stepped up. We've seen that for Seattle all year, but they also weathered the storm in a really veteran-like way that the Avs are also capable of, and the way that the Avs did this last playoffs was through their depth. That's why, in looking at this forward group, the way it's constructed tonight, I definitely have concerns. But I like to see Newhook reunited with Cogliano and OC because of what I saw from that line earlier in this year.
Yep.
It had shades of what the Helm Cogliano OC line was last year in the playoffs,
Such
and
a good
that
idea.
gives me excitement for tonight. Even though the rest of what it means for like that second line is questionable, I have a little bit of hope for what that fourth line might be able to do.
I am hopeful as well, and I think there is a lot of confidence in Colorado right now, given the second and third period the other night. And while you did mention the experience of some of Seattle's players, I think you also saw last night as a team, the Avs finished that game. They went out, they know what it takes to win a playoff game, a close one, and Seattle in the third period really didn't get very many opportunities. Where do they look to for those closers? Obviously, your big guns you want them to produce, you want them to drive play. But is that where guys like Josh Manson, guys like down the lineup, an LOC who hasn't had a ton of offensive production, is that where those guys can really step up, take some extra shifts, and get the Avs over the finish line?
Absolutely. I don't like to talk about altitude as a factor too much, but these are athletes who train at altitude, and generally in a game where legs are tired and they're running out of gas, that's where there's some hope that the Avs have the capability and the endurance to play a full 60 minutes. Sometimes there's some mental things that happen that we don't see that. But that's where I look to the Avs to deploy the Logan O'Connor types, the tryhards who are going to play shift by shift, 100% effort. And that's where late in games you can look to and maybe count on them to contribute in a big way. A Dennis Malgin type too, sneakily could be in that conversation.
AJ,
What up?
same vibe? Let me ask you this way. Is the Avs playoff experience an advantage in a game like this?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
As a calm team, especially a team that went on the road last year. And
They were dominant on the road, for sure.
Won 3 of 4 game threes.
Yep.
Knowing that it sets the tone, knowing how important this is. I mean, this is, you go and you look at the history of series that are 1-1, the winner of game 3 wins a lot of those series. So, you want to put yourself, and hey, you lose home ice with the game 1 loss. You want to get that thing back.
Get it back, for sure.
Get it back right away and put all the pressure on the world on them for game 4.
Is that the Quinnipiac hat? I just noticed.
It is.
There you go.
I didn't notice either. I love it.
I was surprised how small the actual
Their logo is on
their
it.
actual logo was on it.
Very
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's so tiny.
All right. Okay. Moving along quickly here. AJ did the bets tonight.
Oh yeah. Let's lose some money together,
He had a
fam.
vibe, so trust it. What?
All of this together.
Just one parlay.
Yeah,
Throw
one
it all
parlay.
together at plus 450.
I think it's time for a Mac goal.
I think so.
I think we're there.
I think I'm in on that.
I like Avs' first goal. I think that, good
Start
start,
right,
whatever.
Yep.
Doesn't necessarily have to be first period. I didn't pick that. I just picked first goal.
Fair enough.
We'll see. I think it's going to be a little bit of a low-scoring affair. I got an under, and Avs just on the money line.
We're gonna have to work on that spelling, Tiff. Parlay spelled with an A. Look, the first 3 I think are pretty easy to put together. That under might be tough for you.
We'll see. I mean, for me, my biggest concern is first goal because I just have no idea.
That you never know.
You're just
for
throwing
sure.
a dart at that point.
For all we know, this game could end 1-0 with the McKinnon goal only. So,
in which case I would win.
AJ Cash is big time if that's the way this game goes.
I also have a personal side bet of McKinnon first goal, so why not?
Well, you got the boost on that too.
Yeah, those were plus. A McKinnon first goal is a plus 700. On DraftKings, there's a plus 200 boost going on for first goal scorer of the game. So McKinnon's giving me a plus 900 right now.
So a little bit of cash in your back pocket to go with the rest of it.
He's got to go out and do that.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't believe in McKinnon, get the plus 200 boost on whoever you believe in.
Exactly.
So,
there were a lot of options. It would not let me pick Bowen Byram.
Unfortunate. Use DraftKings Sportsbook.
Good one, though.
Yeah, he's got to get one eventually.
He's on the doorstep of it.
Use DraftKings Sportsbook and the DNVR code when you sign up for a new account. You bet $5, you get $150 in free bets with a new account. Must be 21 or older. Colorado only. Other terms, restrictions, and conditions apply. See the show notes down below for details. Call 1-800-522-4700 if you have a gambling problem. And it's all void in Ohio. Going to keep this one quick and tight for pre-game. Final thoughts going into this game. You got anything else important for Colorado here?
Remember who the heck you are. That's the message.
I'm here for that take.
That's all it's been an issue of through 2 games. And when they finally remembered who they were, they played like it, and they were the more experienced team.
And they won those 2 periods 3-0. So
they were pretty good. Yeah, it'd be great to see that version of the Avalanche again.
I hope we do.
And honestly, that style of hockey was just a lot more interesting.
It was fun.
Oh, yeah. It was fun.
All right. Bar's vibing. We're vibing. Chat, I hope you are vibing. We got a watch along coming your way. If that's not your thing, I get it. Post game, be sure to tune in to that. We will be back with the watch along in 5 or so minutes here, and we will talk to you then.